Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I'm filming the part two for the crafting and reading video. I mainly read in that video, so I'm crafting now. I'm in this room. I don't know if I'll be staying in here for the next couple of days because my parents are visiting my brother's place, and um, I at least wanted to film this, and I'll do my Ukrainian readings on the other channel. So I am a little bundled up. I got the blanket here. I swear I'm gonna throw that bottle out because I have some stuff that I've um well, I ate in here, and then I have some snacks that I'll have to clean up, and then I'll I'll see what happens. But I have my woven scarf. I folded it so it's long, and I did bring out the pink jacket. I'll show it. So I found this by chance. I love it so much. I was going to a metaphysical shop at the time, and there was a yard sale because on that street that the shop was on, there was like um a whole there were like booths. I don't know what the event was called, where there were more sellers that sold metaphysical items. I didn't purchase anything, but I well purchased from the booths, but I got this because it was on the way to and from my car, and I was looking at it, like I saw it, and I immediately was thinking, I love that. And something was just telling me to just ask about it because I was thinking, I don't know, um, like if you go to thrift stores, it depends how the pricing goes. So I just wasn't sure, and I asked about it. I'm so happy that I did because it was so much more inexpensive than what I was expecting it to be. So it has this to wrap around. Um, I feel like I could wear this out and about, just running errands. I was also thinking, what could I put with this? And I just felt like matching it with, well, not matching it, but putting it with um some leopard print. I feel like it would be so fun. Um, this has been in my car. There's a section where I have some jackets, and a lot of my winter clothing is in my storage unit. I feel like you could quote me on that because I'm constantly saying that, but I'm happy that I at least brought the main jackets that I wear, and I kind of rotate them. Um, I mainly wear my trench coat, my plaid trench coat, and I have two plaid trench coats. One's for like lighter use, and I would wear it to work, and then I mean I wore the other trench coat to work too, but that one is for like right now. This one I feel like I can wear right now too. And I have like a Sherpa jacket. I have two Sherpa jackets and they're different colors and they're different brands. I tend to go for the Patagonia one and um I love that one too. It's that one's in my car. So I did bring some stuff out of my car. I wasn't sure about everything, but I about like if I were to stay in the room. But I was feeling like bringing the Angel Dex bag out with the Slavic Dex bag because those are the ones that I'm mainly using, and those are the decks that I'm mainly using. Um, I wanted to show the Buckland Romani tarot. It's not necessarily Slavic in that um like the theme of the deck, but it I can read it with the other Slavic decks that I have. And I love the case that I knit for it, and I didn't even show anything, I'm sorry. I love the case that I knit for it. That's what I wanted to show. And I also bought this deck from a Ukrainian seller, so you could say that it goes with my decks. Um, this one is um I was happy. I'm still happy that I found this deck because it's out of print and the creator passed away. So this is what's the word? I feel like I showed this deck and I did show this deck in another video and I was talking about it. So this is a specific printing of the deck. And I really I I really love the deck, and it was one of those decks that have been on my list of, I'm sorry, I still didn't show stuff, list of decks that I would get, and I'm happy I'm at a like place where I am super like particular about the decks that I bring in to what I have already, because I did downsize to an amount that I like to have the number around because I like the assortment. Because I do go back to like working with decks, and um, I am really intrigued, and there is the excitement of the Slavic decks that I have been enjoying. Um, I was thinking that there's an oracle that I really like too. Sorry, in the bucket that I have, I'm sorry, this is loud. Um, I kind of just I put other stuff in. So this is the bobbin I measured, and then this is what there's like a drawer that's for my spinning wheel. I'm sorry, I just keep it, I'm like loud. Let me put it here because I measured it. Well, I have the spinning wheel here. That's also why I have it, but I measured the bobbin so I could get another one 3D printed, and it's finished, so it should arrive sometime this month. I know it's like the holidays, so Um, Whenever it gets here, I still have my other bobbin to spin off of, and then I'll ply it when I get the third one. This is the cover because I was trying to get my stuff together to see what I would have to do and just sort the things that I have. I'm happy that I have another suitcase, and this one carries, I would say, my winter wardrobe, which is specific because I have a lot of the knits in there. And it's great that I love the practicality of knitting because I don't have my winter wardrobe aside from my jackets and some accessories, but um, I'll just knit it up. There was a little bit of a segue for the deck too that I just kind of skipped over. I'm just showing stuff now. But I am going to be finished this sweater. It's the wilderness sweater. Either today or tomorrow. I feel like I could get it finished today. I don't know if it's showing as on the camera, but it is a good shade for this gray against the white, and it gives like a soft kind of baby type of garment. It's full length, and that'll be for this weather because again, I wanted it to be like the dead of winter garment. So I'm happy because I did swatch for the black against the cream color for before like doing the paw prints, and it was more than I feel like because it overall the sweater is giving like soft look. Um, I want contrast, but I have it in other places, so I wanted it to be well-rounded, and I'm happy that I went with the gray. I'm going to do a little bit of crafting here, do a little bit of crafting there. I'm gonna take out these. So manuals, and this is the converter that I got. There's diagrams in here, so, and there's also other things in here. Sorry. I have a passport cover in here too. I did want to start that one because I actually want to use it. I'm sorry, my hair is just here. So the segue of the deck, did I cut this already? I think I have a piece. I did. So I'll keep this side the way that it is, and then I'll cover the side. I have some paper. I don't know, I think I'm finished with this one. I mean, because I have other things that I could use as swatch cards that have less space. This one, since Alaphaslope has a lot of colorways, I'll use this one. I won't make all the hole punches right now, but I'll set up the colors that I have at least. And then um, add on as I go. I will use the middle section or put a middle section into and I will go by colors too. I don't I should use like a ruler to to cut. Um well this is my brother's pencil case that I found in here, so I'm just gonna use something. And I was thinking maybe I would, sorry, I'm just nosy. I was thinking I might write in pencil. I usually like to write in pen because I smudge with when I write sometimes. Um, when I write like with pencil, I prefer a 0.5 instead of a 0.7. It doesn't matter. It like really doesn't matter, but I'm giving unnecessary facts. And you know me, maybe, that I tend to get back to conversations like 10 minutes later, so it might not be that surprising. This might be a little more narrow, but that's fine. Oh, and then, well, I'll measure it and then I'll glue the paper at some point. Well, I keep backtracking because I haven't planned this out, but I was also gonna write. So maybe I'll do the passport, but I'll cut this out at least. And I wanted to get some progress done on it because I didn't want it to just be all scraps in the container and then get mistaken as something to throw out. For the segue, I was thinking with the decks talking about some of the beginnings ish, because I've been on TarotTube for a couple of years, and I have made friends over the years who I respect as friends and respect as tarot readers, because the thing that maybe if you're a tarot reading enthusiast, what you might do is you might watch the readings and then maybe watch how they talk about decks, because you could gauge like what they are, what they like to read with, and the types of symbolism that call to them and that they connect to, how they talk about the deck. And it just says a lot about how they feel about the art of reading and the art of tarot itself. And that's how I feel about my crafting. I feel like I tend to, well, with a lot of people too, they tend to like to talk about what they like to do. Um, I have been doing like fiber art more than tarot lately, but I still read. And in the beginning, I would love just finding the decks and seeing how the artists interpret the meanings, and they still have the foundation there in whatever system they're that they have in the deck, and then going from there it kind of branches. Some are have less symbols on the card, and I love those decks too because you build off of something in that way, and I feel like it allows the interpretations to grow in a different type of way, as I said. And then some are some have a ton of different things going on with it too, which is, it can be fun for you if those are the types of symbolisms that speak to you. And, and I feel like that's one of the things that you that are like in the journey where you're seeing what decks you can add to your arsenal, and you hear different interpretations and you see different interpretations and you hold on to it. It's like you make space, or it makes way. And one of the things like that happened was that I was seeing the videos and I would make tarot reading friends, and um one of the friends is Ethany, and Ethany runs a tarot reading school. I enjoyed her readings, and the way that she read, she wasn't necessarily putting out readings like that, but the way that she talked about decks, and she also creates decks too, you could see the passion in it. And then I felt that she's also an air sign, so she's Gemini, and I'm a Libra, and it works well because there's a lot of um, I would say there's a lot of clarity there when you feel that element that you're associated with, and it reflects off of certain decks. There's one deck that I wanted to get out of my car. I thought it was going to be in the bag, I have my decks in a specific suitcase, and it's not going to be like that when I'm moving stuff around, but I just put them in there. Um, the Theater Dolls Tarot is one of my all-time favorite decks. It was recommended to me by my Estonian friend, and I've talked about her in many videos. And I really feel that that deck embodies the element of air. So I decided that, like, at some point I wanted to attend the tarot reading school, the Tarot Readers Academy, and it was a blast. And one of the main things, like the exercises or the exercise that I enjoyed, there were many, and I was just doing stuff every day with something that I love to do. And it was one of the exercises was like bringing the cards out. I'm not gonna like say exactly what we did in the school, but um, I just glue this and then cut it. That might be fine. So I appreciated the momentum of interpreting the cards. And it's not saying that you need to rush while you're reading, but it's to gain momentum. And it's also nice to go to a reader who's not going to second guess themselves. And sometimes like having that momentum it's good for the pace of the reading. And um there's like a sense of focus that's there. When you take out different cards, it's not, well, you could do whatever you want with the information, but it's not like you're just reading the textbook meanings, because there are general glue. There are general meanings for the cards, and you can read textbook meanings all day, but when you're actually pulling out the cards, what are they saying to you, or what are you getting? Um, so it's good to expand the interpretations and the information that you know about the card and how you're reading the card, and the decks that you look at, and how it just drives with you with how you see life. And a lot of it is life experience because it is the fool's journey. So each card, it was like when you understood that that concept or those concepts in a way, now she would like pull out the cards and it'd be like, so what does this card mean to you? And the last like towards the end, you would like the last test would be to give a reading to her. And I mega appreciated that even then, I wouldn't say I'm antisocial, but I feel like I either jive with a person or I like literally just don't do it at all. And I don't know how like gluey this is going to be, but so from that understanding, like we got on like the video, and she knew that I wasn't like, this wasn't like my thing. And I was like, she's like, how will you do the readings for clients? And I'm like, I don't meet with them. They just either ask me something or they don't ask me something. I just read and then I send them my results. There's the bare minimum communication with that. And she was completely okay with it. And she's like, okay, well, you could just do that then. And so that ended the video. It's not like I didn't want to talk to her. I mega enjoy talking to Ethne, but that's all I wanted. I was like, you want to say something, you want to ask something, you don't want to ask something, just let me know that you wanted the reading and that um I would just, and then I would just like set it up. I give the option of either like uh, an anonymous reading response, so that would be the video response, or the email response. And that would be before right now I'm in my world. I'm always in my world, but I'm still, I don't know how much I'm gluing this to be honest, because I'm just like talking and gluing, but um, I was in the process of like making a deck, making, well, I was going to make a second deck of mine, but I feel like I might separate this other deck that I'm making, and that would be like the channeled messages that I was getting like for the Ukrainian readings. And they're specific. They're they evoke a lot of things. I wouldn't say it's like necessarily all intense and sorrowful, because there's like, I would say fulfilling and hopeful and even some happy visions. And there are some that are devilish, so I don't know where the cap is. Let me just set this here for now. Okay, I found it. Is it still tacky? Another exercise that I enjoyed was interpreting the court cards. I don't know if I'll do a double layer because you can still kind of see it, or I might put a fabric on the other side. That might be a better idea. That'd be kind of fun. Or wrap the whole thing with, well, I'll see how it hole punches, but the fabric idea could be fun. Sorry, I might have to change positions. So I think this one might be a to be continued, but I did cut it. I'm happy. Since it is going to see through here, I think I might put the fabric on at least one of the sides. I might put it on both sides, um, but I don't have a fabric glue right now, so at least there's this. And I do have the other one too, but I wanted to at least like start it up because I want to do it while I have the yarn out. Sorry, I was just like to the side because I have been sitting in this area for a little bit because I didn't want to move, but I was gonna get the stuff. Like I was thinking about getting the deck, but I didn't get the deck. So another thing that we did in the academy was that we um, would do exercises with the court cards. And again, I won't try to give a lot of it away. I don't know if it comes with, oh, the chaos of this video. I think I lost a staple. It's fine. I don't sleep this direction anyway. I'll find it eventually. Well, I'll find both of them because oh my god. So this is the leather. I think that I see a book in there too. Oh, that's kind of nice, but I think I'm going to take that out because I'm going to put my passport in here. I don't know if it necessarily comes with stuff because if it doesn't, then I might have to move to another project. But I'm pretty sure it does, like based off of what I skimmed through in the video or on um the back where it said what it came with. Okay, so this is nice because it comes with these pieces and it comes with the field book. I might use it at some point, but at the same time, maybe I'll just hold on to it and not use it until like I feel like it. Um, I'm picky about notebooks. I wouldn't say I'm not a stationery person because I appreciate stationery, but I don't really buy stationery because it takes me forever to get through books. Oh, and like with that, I don't know if I was going to say anything because I don't necessarily think, well, the whole thing might seem like Adrian stop being a bitch, but I'm like, well, I don't want to give any like falsity to it. So there's a needle. I do have some needles, but um, this is great too. Let me read some instructions. Complete designs first, let dry, apply protective finish, let completely dry before assembly. Let dry completely. Complete designs first, let dry. What? To complete the design first. Let dry completely before assembly. So does that mean you're completing the design first? Um, I didn't buy any coding, so I'll see. It just might be. I'm gonna do it. She was saying that Anthony was saying that well, reading the deck is important. Uh, she had an emphasis on reading the court cards because she was saying that people might have a hard time with the court cards. So it's like the page, knight, queen, and king, that section. And I enjoy reading the personalities of the archetypes because they can represent people and it's like how they live their life, it's their personality, it's the way that they move, it's the way that they don't move, it's the way that they can be agitated, it like or like um someone that's calmer uh or like a straight shooter or maybe seen as kind of moody or seen as kind of aggressive or seen as kind of you know. Is this sinew? All right, I'll read it because I'm just like, it's just gonna look cryptic the whole time. So, stitching, oh, that's stitching basics. Okay, I'll read that. Um, Starting between layers, stitch up through the top layer, leaving 2 to 3 inches tail between parts. Proceed by stitching down through all layers. Proceed by stitching down through all layers in the next hole. Up through the following, continue this pattern until you reach the end. To this point, your project will look like it's stitched between every other hole. Now turn and stitch back at your starting point. And to this point, your project will look like it is stitched between each other hole. Now turn your stitch to the starting point, filling in between previous stitches. Then back to the first hole, stitch up through the bottom layers only, remove the needle and a knot between layers, square knot recommended. Trim excess thread. For a professional look, always stitch next to the previous stitch on the same side of each stitch. Unwrap one of the 2-yard threads and needle packs, cut into 4 equal 18-inch lengths. Oh, I didn't know I needed a ruler. Did it say I needed a ruler? Needle pack aside for later. I didn't get a ruler yet, but this would be, oh my god, this would be like the assembly of it. And then we have this. Sorry, I don't know how productive this video is going to be, and it's already 43 minutes long, but there are the sections for those things. And oh no, it'd be the other way because of the line there. This can go here, and then this one goes on the other side. And then this strap, or the holder, goes on this side because the holes are matching this one. So I'll get a ruler. I don't know how much I'm gonna do on camera, to be honest, but just get it. Yeah, I was looking at, well, I got a ruler. I was looking up the different stitch methods, and the saddle stitch was recommended because it helps with the tension and the evenness, and it's a stronger stitch than just one running stitch, but based off of the directions it would want you to go back and forth. So let me see. So there's like this one Because I was talking about it briefly about like this, about someone asking me if I could knit them something. And, um, well, I first answered questions, and again, I don't really text or read a lot. It takes me a while to read. I've mentioned it before. I just like a mini example, like I would read a sentence, I would start with the beginning, I would get bored and then go to the end to see what the ending is, go to the middle, wanting to recap what the beginning said, so go back to the beginning, read the full sentence, and then I would do this, like I would read the sentence multiple times. And it takes me a while to read the stuff, and it takes me really long to respond. So because I like to be informative and to give clear responses when I can. So after that, I was asked to do like if I could make this person something. And I I've said that I don't really at, at least like I don't really sell some things. I was kind of thinking maybe I could have like a slow project, like make a slow bulky sweater that is like a Icelandic sweater. I don't know if I would use the Lafaslopi just because at least in this area there aren't many people that use that type of yarn. So I might go for something else. Um, I love the Alafaslopi. It's definitely um, a toothier yarn. There is a softness to it. I feel like some of the colors are softer than others. So, sorry, it's just like thinking, getting both the needles on here. And look at this. Sorry, and then for the I guess this is like kind of where the comments come out because there was like just the person's talking about how other people overprice their products. And I'm like, I don't know why I wasn't planning on knitting anything for this person. So, um, so sorry. I like I wasn't planning on knitting anything for this person, and even then you're like talking about how other people overprice their stuff. And I feel like this kind of goes across the board too with how anybody prices their items, like with reading too, that there may be comments on how things are priced, and you want to price the way that you want. I'm not sure there's well, in a lot of cases, I feel like there are reasons, and I don't know, I'm not that person, but I don't really want to be lowballed, and then I don't know what you're expecting me to say. So I don't know if I wasn't being direct enough, because then it was like there was like kind of a disregard to anything that like basically I was like, well, it might be something that you want to work towards so you can make this item that you're wanting to have knit up. And then there's just like a lot of after that I like didn't even have any regard to. I was like, well, I said what I said. And I know it might sound like maybe bitchy, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be forced to do something. It's not gonna happen. So that was basically what it was. Sorry, taking a while to even start. I don't even know what to call this video because it's like me barely finishing anything in this video. Like I barely did anything. So is it barely doing arts and crafts? Because that's what happened. Since I'm doing a different stitch, I don't know about the thread management of it, but I'll see. But I think this is good for a good exercise to get to know um, like the stitching methods, and I want something that has like they talk about like lifetime warranty, that if a thread breaks and you're using this method, that it's not just gonna fall apart, and it's can be mended on the spot. So I'm I would like to have something that is lasting, and that's one of the main reasons um why I use non-superwash wool for my garments. Wow, after all that for an hour and I got one stitch. But well, it's something. I just don't know what to call this video because I barely did anything. But I feel like I am enjoying myself because like I don't feel like it's as so I didn't see the break in the thread, so I just saw it. So I'm gonna secure it. And yeah, I'll see the break on the other side. So I'll be able to secure this one too. Because doing these videos, I feel like it's aside from like talking to my best friend, that's where all the talking goes to. And even when I was at work, I was in a lab and I didn't really talk to anybody. Um, and unless I had to go out there outside the lab. And so it was kind of an experience, I guess. I don't know. You're starting off slow, but once you get the craft going, the crafts are endless. Oh, but I'll show my deck bag that I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. I started it at that point, like specifically because that's where the case is, for the cards and stuff for the bag, or for the cover. Sorry. Sorry, I should have paused it because I was making sure I was doing it correctly. So, random thought, it kind of reminded me like one time, like, it was crowded up front and people were picking up medications. And then the owner asked me to like help out. I'm like, okay. And so like I went up there to help out, and then the person was like really angry, and I was just like kind of walking into this conversation that I wasn't a part of. That's how it kind of like reminded me, because after that I was like, I don't even know like how these like responses are coming out. Like I'm so confused. And I feel bad because like I don't really, I'm not like a talker. Again, I like either talk to somebody or I don't talk to somebody. Um, what am I doing? Okay, so after an hour, I literally got two stitches, but now I'm understanding what I'm doing. Sorry about that. This is the deck bag. I was thinking maybe I would make another pouch as like a gift for my godmother. This is the button, and I love this button. I had picked it out. That was there. I picked it out, and I love it. I made a couple of these bags for different things, mainly for decks, and I use the same charts from the Garden Samplers cow. But anyway, I like to support um, small shops, and especially like the Ukrainian sellers, mainly on Etsy, because that's like where I kind of still I go on there a lot, and that's where I do a lot of like my shopping things. This looking straight. I don't know. I don't have the finish for leather, so it's okay. I'm happy with this. I am already having fun. I like how it's kind of larger than other stuff that you might sew. So it's good in that way. And I would like to grow to enjoy this craft a lot. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know I barely did anything in this video, but I'm happy that I made this. I might be in another, I might be here, I don't know. And always something different, and you just, that's what life gives you sometimes. But one more. Yeah, it's looking secure and straight. I'm happy, really happy about it actually. Wow, this is like a new thing. Adrian, stop getting into new hobbies because it's it's a lot to put in the stuff that you have already, so the tools will be at least smaller than maybe other supplies, but we'll see. All right. Thanks. Bye.